Hello and welcome back to Choice Bits of Bliss. In this episode of Grab and Go, which is a series that Teresa is doing on For the Love of Paper Crafting, and she's just allowing me to play along with her, I'm going to play in a different way of Grab and Go than what she's doing. Now, she has a cubby that has her Flavors of the Month kits from the scrap room, and she's able to walk up to that cubby, blindly pick a kit and create with it. I don't have mine put that way because I use a lot of my kits, but because I've been on the road so much lately, I've fallen behind. And for the month of September, I have these three kits out that I would like to play with one of them, and I'm not going to choose the fall one because I have other fall kits that I'm playing with. And I'm really not in the mood to play with Teen by Carson by by Bella Boulevard. So that leaves me with Chamel Reasons to Smile. And my friend Jeannie Kozar, uh, Scrappin' Jeannie K is her channel. She inspires me with her love of bright, saturated colors. I love the layouts that she creates, and she makes me want to dig in and play with them as well. Now, this month we received another kit by Be Valent that I had to go ahead and file it with my spring category because I'm in the fall frame of mind, and I don't want to play with anything that looks spring. I just don't. That's a personal thing. Love it or not. It is what it is. That's how I feel. So what I am going to do is I'm going to play with these really bright saturated colors. Now, I don't have a photo picked out. I kind of want to look at the paper that I have and just see how it inspires me. And I want to also pull out some sketches to see if anything catches my eye. So let's do that. I want a a sketch that provides me an avenue to use several of the patterns. And I'm looking at this one. I think that's what I want to play with. So I like that there's 4 different patterns used. That allows me to cut into a lot of my paper. So let's decide what papers we want to use to create that sketch, to create that layout. I'm going to set these aside. And I'm going to go ahead and keep out one piece of white cardstock. They have a floral pattern, it looks like, and then one to do journaling on, and one for the title. So we're going to use the floral because that is there. I think this one will look really great to use for the title. And I really want to bring in this bright pink. And I think this one, or maybe going this way down. So this the top, this for title, and this for journaling. Because when I put a white piece of paper on it to do the journaling, it's not going to contrast so badly. Or maybe this way. Yeah. I think I like this one even better. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do. And we have one, it looks like maybe a 10 by 10 base. So let's use this one for our 10 by 10 base. All right. I'm not sure how this is going to look because right now it looks really wild to me. It looks wild and chaotic, but let's try. Let's cut them out. Let's trust the process and cut them out, and let's see how it looks. So I'm going to do my cutting and then I'll be right back. In selecting my photos, I wanted photos that I had a large area around them that I could trim down to 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 so that I can stay within the spirit of this sketch. So that's why I am trimming my photos down. We're going to pause again. Okay, this is where we are. I have not adhered anything down except for my base piece. And I'm wondering about this. And now I have made up my mind. I definitely like this better. I definitely like that pattern better. Okay, I'm going to adhere everything into place. I trimmed the base 10 by 10. Each of these pieces are 3 1/4 by 9. And my photos are 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, I'll be right back. Coming back to look at the sketch, there's some stitching or twine. There's stitching here. We've got some border pieces or some little trim pieces there that just helps with that linear bit of the design. And I'm going to do those before I put down my photos. Now I have my photos over here to the side. They already have adhesive on them. I'm just going to do these pieces first before I put down my photos. I had shown you that this 49 in Market washi tape is amazing. It is, I love it. And I'm going to try a little bit of the black up here at the top. And I'm just going to dry run a photo to make sure that that covers up that end. It does. And I'm going to do a rough edge, just a rough torn edge there. I like that. And I'm going to use, let's see. I'm trying to think of something that will show up on this because that's such a very busy background and it's dark, and that will show up okay. So they have a much smaller scallop. I'm using a larger scallop. And then we're going to just rough cut that one. And on this one, they have like a notebook edge. So I am going to get a white scrap, let's speak English, a white scrap piece of paper and trim it with a edge trimmer, and we're going to get that notebook edge. Give me 1 second. Both of these punches are from EK Success. One has got the square pattern and this one has the circular pattern. I want the more square, rectangular, whatever pattern. I keep my punches. They're in the very first drawer right here underneath my desk so that I can grab them when I need to. And my most favorite punches are there all the time. Let me grab a scrap. Okay, I have my scrap. And I'm going to trim it down to, let's say, maybe 3/4 of an inch. That'll give us plenty of room to work with. And on this one, I'm not super concerned about it being right dead in the center because I'm going to trim it down anyway. And I apologize if this is a little loud for you, the punching process. I just thought maybe you might want to come along for this portion. I'm going to do a dry run to see if this is long enough, and it is. I'm going to knock off those little pieces into my trash can, and then we're going to trim this down. I keep mine locked. It's just easier to store them in this drawer if they're locked down. And then we're going to place that one here. I had used this My Sweet Petunia gun to do adhesive, and I think I have already shown it in a video that if you watch, you can leave the lid off for a day or two, but 2 weeks I have learned is way too long. So I have to make sure that I put my lid back on. Okay, I think we're ready to start sticking some photos down. And these are sequential, and I want to show that. So my niece's girls, we hang out, and I adore them. But the youngest one is full of personality. She was full of personality the day she was born. And she was not having it during this photo shoot. She just was not in the mood. She didn't want to participate. This is not how she had planned for her day to go. And no one asked her permission, so she just wasn't having it. And the oldest one was trying her best, you know, to do what she was being asked to do. But the youngest one was like, no. And I'm just bringing these in just a smidgen so that we can see that background. I'm trying to get that centered in between these other two. There we go. Now I'm going to go back and put more adhesive. I just wanted to be able to tack them into place before I decorate, so that they've got a little bit of hold to them, but not so much that I can't tuck underneath them if I decide to go that route. So now we have them tacked into place. I don't like this. The more I look at it, the more it's just like too much. And it is really sticking, so we're going to stay with it. So there's that. My concern is the way that it's adhering so well that if I pull it up and then put the white over it, you're going to be able to still see it. And that's really not the look I'm going for. Okay, let's see what kind of elements I got with this kit to see if anything fits. So we have hearts. That definitely works. We have this piece of cake that's not really applicable. We could use that. We could use the balloon. We could use this floral cluster. Great things take time. That could work. We could use that. We could use that. We have a few enamel dots. A stamp that's got the... And then we have a journaling piece and then 2 tags. So I'm going to pause and think about how I want things placed, and then I'll come back. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. I have this scrap left because I cut these down to 9 inches. So I have this 3-inch scrap left, and I'm going to fussy cut some of these cameras out. I'm going to make myself use these 5 enamel dots for Pete's sake. I have to use them. I can't keep just dodging the enamel dots. Anyway, so this is what I'm thinking. This is not all adhered down. I'm going to do my adhering. This I did adhere down to use as a tab, and it just kind of blends into with this. I'm a little disappointed in that. I'm not sure what I can do to kind of make that stick out. Maybe that. I don't know. I need to think about it. Anyway, I cut that little cut apart, that little die cut up in half. So this is a leftover half of a doily that Maura gifted me, and I am being very stingy with them. So I've added that doily, and I'm layering on top of it. And then I'm going to do my journaling cluster here, and then I've got my title cluster. I'm going to adhere everything down, and I'll be right back. Okay, friends, we've done it. We've created this layout for Grab and Go. I love it. I love how it's turned out. I played with the idea of writing on my photo the messy, little lines there, and like that's it here in this sketch, and I just couldn't do it. Even though I can print these photos out over and over and over again, I just couldn't do it. So, yeah, here we are. I think it's adorable, and I can't wait to show my niece. She will laugh. She'll think it's funny too. Because, and I used these black stickers in 3 spots, excuse me, to play off of the fact that she was not into taking photos at all. Not even a little bit. Okay, come back. We will chat again soon. Bye-bye.